As meeting places for God and men, ancient temples were created to reflect the ideal environment for such an event, the Garden of Eden, also called the Garden of Plenty or Paradise in surrounding cultures. The Jerusalem temple built by King Solomon was no exception. The Bible gives a detailed description of it. First, its location, built just outside the city of David up on the highest point of the hilly territory. Mountains seem to have always been associated with God, holiness, and meetings between man and God. Take, for example, the tradition that the Garden of Eden itself was on a mountain, the building of the artificial mountain that we have in the Tower of Babel incident, and the giving of the Mosaic Law on Mount Sinai. The Temple's mountain is also biblically associated with Mount Moriah, where generations earlier Abraham had nearly offered Isaac as a sacrifice. It seems that the temple itself was built and decorated to reflect the Garden of Eden. In front of it stood the bronze sea reservoir and the 10 bronze water carts decorated with lions and cattle. These likely symbolized the water of creation and the rivers that flowed through Eden to water it. In predictions of the future temple of God, the prophets all mention a river of life that flows from it. Perhaps the lions and the cattle on the carts symbolized prey and predator living peacefully together as in Eden and the future temple. There were also two 25-foot-tall pillars whose capitals were shaped like lilies and were covered in hundreds of pomegranates, perhaps representing the two special trees of Eden. The doors to the temple were made out of wood with gold overlay and carved with cherubim, palm trees, flowers, all garden motifs found in Genesis. The inside floors and walls of the temple were covered with wood paneling and carved with vegetables and flowers, continuing the natural paradise theme. In Solomon's temple, the one lampstand of the tabernacle was replaced by 10 lampstands. If these were created in the same fashion, they were decorated to look like stylized almond trees. The back wall of the temple that separated the Holy of Holies and the Ark of the Covenant, which symbolized God's presence, from the rest of the temple, was decorated a bit differently, with its cherubim, trees, and flower blossoms. Its door was made out of a special olive wood, carved with the same images and covered in gold. The idea of gardens being holy places was widespread in the ancient Near East, and its application was not limited to symbolism, building materials, and carvings. Ancient kings had a habit of collecting trees from conquered or allied nations and planting elaborate gardens in their cities, palaces, and temples. As God is said to have planted the Garden of Eden, kings also took it upon themselves to be creators in their own right. Images of live potted trees being transported strikes a chord with the careful Bible reader. Perhaps a similar practice occurred in the courts of Solomon's temple. Thanks for watching. Click the playlist on screen now to watch more spotlights. And if you want to read the full article, click the link in the description. You can always go to BibleDiscoveryTV.com for more videos, articles, and resources.